What is the best way of getting more rebirths inside of Steal a Brainrot? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you the most efficient ways of getting more rebirths inside of the game, what you can do to speed up the process of your rebirth, and how you can do it the most effective way. Anyways, let's get right into this video. So, what do you need to do in order to rebirth inside of the game? Well, as you can see by what's inside of the game, you need two things in order to rebirth inside of Steal a Brainrot, and that is, you need money inside of the game, and you need Brainrots in order to rebirth. Now, I'm going to be showing you the most efficient way of getting money for rebirthing and getting the pets you need. So let's quickly rebirth there and show you what it looks like after you rebirth to show you why this video is important and how it's going to help you out in the game. Make sure to stay all the way to the end so you don't miss any important tips. Anyways, let's get right into the first method. So the first thing you should do inside of the game is have an alt account or have a friend that has decent pets. Now the first thing you should do inside of the game is have someone that has decent Brainrots in which you could take from their place and use it to collect cash. Why is this important? Well, inside of the game, having money is very important, especially when it comes to rebirthing. And obviously, if you're rebirthing every single time, you're not going to have a lot of money after each rebirth. So obviously, having decent Brainrots that are stored somewhere else will definitely be very helpful when it comes to you rebirthing. Now, the one thing that I've been doing a lot that have helped me the most is that having an alt account or a friend that can store your Brainrots that are good will definitely be very efficient and will speed up the process of rebirthing significantly. Because obviously, if you're getting a good Brainrot like this one, you obviously don't want to have it where it deletes every time you rebirth. So obviously, you want to store it somewhere else, particularly in a friend or an alt account's base, because that is the best place to store it. The second thing is earning money inside of this game is not very easy, so if you're able to speed up that process by either borrowing from a friend or using your own Brainrots that you store on an alt account, then make sure to do so, because trust me, earning money will definitely drag you down very far if you don't save time on doing this. Even though having the 2x money game pass is very good inside of the game, it will still take you quite a lot of time to earn the required amount of cash you need in order to rebirth. So I would suggest you either steal really good Brainrots from other people or have Brainrots that you collected that are good stored on an alt account until you need them to collect the cash. Once you collect the cash from them, then have your alt account or friend take them back and store it at their base. So what if you're completely new to the game and you have no chance of having a friend or an alt account collect the pets that you have at your base? Well, assuming that that is the case, it's better off to let somebody else take it rather than it deleting, of course. But if you just can't get the pets at all and can't get the money, you could always resort to taking pets from other people's bases, as it is part of the game. But obviously, I wouldn't really recommend that, as that first takes a lot of time, and second, most people lock their bases, so you most likely won't be very effective with that. Now, the next thing you could do to get more money for the rebirth is obviously just by buying a lot of stuff and AFKing inside of your base. This only works if you have a private server, and the reason for that is because when you AFK inside of the game, you are actually earning money every second, as you can see by this Brainrot I have. And obviously, just sitting here AFK, you will get kicked out every 20 minutes. So yes, you will need an auto clicker running and having it located somewhere on your screen. This will earn you a lot of money inside of the game, even if you have bad pets. That will be the best solution if you don't have an alt account or a friend to store your better Brainrots. So that's what I would suggest to all players that need that method of getting money inside of the game. Now, what about Brainrots inside of the game? Because obviously when you're rebirthing, you need both money and Brainrots. Well, obviously having Brainrots is going to be a very difficult challenge, especially when it comes to rebirthing, because there's so many Brainrots inside of the game. The best recommendation I would have for most players is to stand near the entrance of where the Brainrots are moving, and this will definitely improve your chances of finding the ones you need. Obviously, inside of the game, the best recommendation for all players is to get into a private server if possible, because you don't want people stealing your Brainrots from your base, and you don't really want to have people slap you around inside of the game. So if you're able to, make sure to join in a private server. But other than this, there's not really any significant place you can stand inside of the game in order to get the Brainrots you need. What I would suggest for most players to get a lot of rebirths faster is to have a list of the pets you need for the future rebirths. So anything from rebirth 2 to 10, I would suggest you have a list available somewhere on your holdings in which you could look back at and see what you need, so you don't have to collect at the time after your rebirth inside of the game. Well, as you can see right now, I have 2 Brainrots inside of the game that I need in order to rebirth, but sometimes these pets spawn in before I even got to this point, in which if I collected them to my base and had them available for this rebirth, that would be the most effective. So having a list of different pets that are required for all the rebirths from 2 to 10, that would be the best if you could get that list. And the best recommendation to find that list is by going into the Steal a Brainrot Discord server or any place that may have it. Now, the next recommendation to getting better Brainrots inside of the game is by having a friend that already has maxed out rebirths to just give them to you if they find them. Now, obviously, players who played the game more will definitely have more experience getting different Brainrots, and they'll most likely know which ones you need, which will obviously speed up the process of you getting them. So, if you have a friend that's more experienced or know somebody that's more experienced, having them help you on the side will definitely increase your speed of rebirthing inside of Steal a Brainrot. Now, unfortunately, there is not a pay-to-win way of getting Brainrots fast, so the only method that you can get Brainrots is by actually collecting them from this assembly line, but there is a good chance that you will get the Brainrots you need in a very fast amount of time, especially if you are below Rebirth 5. So you most likely don't need to worry too much. Now, thanks for watching this video, by the way. If you have not already, make sure to click subscribe on this video and make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this video or it helped you out. Let me know down below in the comments if there's any other suggestions you would give new players or players who need help getting rebirths faster inside of Steal a Brainrot. But other than that, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.